Hi, guys, and welcome back to another Chai Time Talk with me. Today's Chai Time Talk is going to be a little different because I'm going to be doing a book review for a book which is called How God Works. I recently finished reading this book and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The reason why I liked it is because this book talks about the intersection which is between science and religion and the psychological and sociological benefits of different practices and rituals which are there in religion. This book has been written by a psychologist called David DiSteno, and he is a research psychologist. So, the fact that he is a research psychologist, he has given a lot of evidence backed data, empirical research around the benefits of having rituals in our day to day life or the benefits of certain religious practices on our well being. In the book, David uses a very interesting term which he mentions as spiritual technologies. Now, why it's interesting is because he draws a comparison between how, in present day or the modern day, we use medical technologies or technological advancements for our well being, our physical health. And similarly, how we can tap into spiritual technologies which are in the form of prayer or mindfulness practices, which have been there since ages, to use as tools for our mental well-being and to cope with difficult emotions like grief, anxiety, loss of a loved one, or even facing different challenges which one faces in life. In no way the book tries to promote religion or ask you to become a believer, so to say. The book, I think, is for everybody, whether you are a believer or a non-believer. It really taps into using the practices as tools for yourself. It really promotes that if you're a non believer, for example, you can create your own rituals and practices which, in a symbolic way, help you build a more healthy mind body life or to live a more fulfilling life and build connections. So I'll just quote few lines from the book, which I personally found very powerful. So David goes on to say that trying to figure out how and why the tools of religion work on the mind doesn't require solving the problem of whether God exists and directed their development. All you need is willingness to put these technologies, techniques, and practices to a test. And if they do help you feel better, live a happier life, then identifying how can we adapt them to even better advantage. So this is a perspective which I found really interesting and powerful because we don't have to go into proving whether God exists or not, because that's something which I don't think we'll be able to figure out. But in fact, use the tools of spiritualisms and practices in religion to actually help us to lead a more happier or maybe a fulfilling life and cope with difficult challenges which come along the way. I hope you found today's Chai Time talk and the book review interesting and something different. And if you did like the book review, maybe you can, you know, pick this book up to read for this coming month or maybe put it in your book list. And if you do let me know and tell me if you would like to hear more book reviews from me. So thank you and see you again for another Chai Time talk.